Good evening, it's Kuro. Got a ranked game in my Yugumo, going over the matchmaking. Enemy Jean Bart, Russian BB, Massachusetts, Alaska Black, Ostergotland, and La Fantasque, or however the hell you say it. I still can't pronounce that ship. It's the Tier 8 French DD. So, the map is Greece, and it's a map that, eh, it's kind of an awkward map as far as how the map plays, because unlike most wargaming maps where most of the action is done north and south or diagonally, you end up with a map that the spawns are north and south, but the primary spotting lanes are all diagonal. And it just makes this map feel awkward for people not used to playing it. So, my initial plan is I'm going to push up here. Obviously, I spawn closest to B cap. I'm going to run up here to B cap and see what I can spot. I do have a Venom with me. That's telling me that between the both of us, we should be able to chuck a lot of torpedoes at the enemy. I'm running torpedo reload like I normally do on Yugumo. Uh, I am running kind of a modified gun build. I'll include the link in the video description below. Um, but really what I'm looking to do right now is just push up here, and I just want to sniff out, is there two DDs on this flank or is it just one? Because if it's just one DD, we can kind of muscle this guy between me and the Venom if we stay together like this. So I'm kind of pushing forward right now, uh, playing this a little bit aggressive. Now I see my Venom start to turn around, and that's kind of ruining what I was hoping to try to pull off. I can tell that I'm located, and that's telling me that there's a DD likely somewhere around in this vicinity, because he's not locating my Benham or my Iowa, so he's got to be somewhere right around in here. And don't have any big ships right now to torp, so I'm just gonna take and try to cover a base right here, throw some torps in behind this island here, and you know, if this DD's trying to run out to the wide flank, maybe catch this guy as he tries to cut around uh, behind this island. It's kind of the game plan, and you see right there, RPF dropped off. Okay, that's telling me that this guy, he's likely in here somewhere, because this Iowa has now started to push up the middle. So I'm going to just switch right around, and this also has the extra benefit of I'm closing distance to my support. So even though this DD doesn't have a lot of support right here, by closing back in, you can see I'm going to ping the map, but it doesn't matter because my Iowa is showing flat broadside to all these battleships back here and just gets nuked. But I was trying to tell him that there's a DD somewhere around in this vicinity, and he just goes poof. It happens. So right here, just getting into a position where I think this Alaska is going to try to sit and tank one way or another back in behind these islands. So I'm just going to sit, chill out here, and get ready to throw my second set of torpedoes when they're loaded. When I do spot the Ostergotland, he's already lost half his HP doing who knows what. Probably took a Benham torp. Now if you notice, my guns aren't exactly on target and my steering wasn't helping, but now I've got my stern on target. Now I haven't really been hit yet by this guy, so I'm just going to keep this profile. This is telling me that this is a successful evasion path that this guy, he struggles to hit. So enjoy it, buddy. I'm just going to take the reduced DPM right here and you know, just rely on the fact that this guy can't really hit me in this shot with this shot profile, and he doesn't really have any support that can hit me. So just gonna, you know, take care of things. If you saw my my Richelieu, um, he got a decent hit in there, and yeah, just that's why you try to hang out near your support. Just making sure I'm dodging torps. Those torps are fast as hell, and I don't need to eat one. So taking some perspective torpedo shots. Now I do see that this Jean Bart, he's starting to accelerate, and I'm just gonna try to call this guy, tell him to slow up a bit, let these torpedoes pass. Um, just because he's probably focused down here on the map, and now that this DD's gone out on the flank, he's gonna try to rush right in there. Could have taken the shot. Don't want to really reveal that I'm inside radar range, just on the offhand chance that there's another DD creeping around. I'm going to push up here, and I'm going to start trying to step on the cap and start applying some pressure on this flank, because you look at the minimap, there's just a clear weakness here that needs to be, you need to push in there to exploit. Unfortunately, my torps just run out of range before I pick up a hit on the Alaska. And the La Fantasque is coming around the corner. And this is kind of foolish gunboating here. Jean Barts, for whatever reason, they're like a thermonuclear weapon when they shoot DDs. And you being that close, yeah, just torp him and run. You know, this guy, he went on ahead and shot. And he's gonna get punished for it, and I'm just stalking this guy. I'm just waiting. I want to pick up the cap first, but I'm gonna get radared here by the Alaska, and I'm just gonna go ahead and take the shot. I do end up picking up the cap. The radar's too late, and I'm just gonna start kiting out. You can see the Alaska's shooting. Now, Alaska's a low DPM cruiser. It doesn't have the tightest dispersion as far as cruisers go. So you can work a lot of things on this guy. Yeah, that's nice. A 4K HE volley with a fire, followed by a 16K torp hit. That's a chunk off that Alaska. And I'm just gonna kite out here, just get safe. The Alaska's got one more volley in the air, and just gonna evade that nice and easy. Now, what's coming up is a really good trade here by my Jean Bart. This guy has the presence of mind. He's gonna shoot up the Alaska and just ram the Massachusetts. And this is a mistake by this Massachusetts even getting anywhere in the vicinity to allow a low HP Jean Bart to ram him. So I was loving this trade. You can watch this guy. He doesn't waste his shot here on the Massachusetts. He shoots the Alaska, and boom. Alaska takes a big HE hit. He's on fire. I'm in the vicinity now of I can gun this Alaska down without too much difficulty. Alaska is healing. That is a complication. But Alaska's gun's gonna take a minute to turn to me. But I'm just gonna keep closing the range because this guy needs to die. We're down the ship. We do have the cap advantage. But the faster this guy dies, the better. So while I'm waiting here, talk about build briefly. I am running, like I said, a modified gun build. I am running the equivalent of torpedo armament expertise. I think they call it Swiftfish. Or no, Swiftfish is the faster torpedo speed. I am running that. Um, and I still am running the main battery reload booster for my guns. The Yugumo guns are just fantastic at just lopping off HP off destroyers and other ships. And with a quad mount torpedo tube, this build I've got my torpedoes down to roughly 102-second torpedo reload, and that's with the 12-kilometer torpedoes. Uh, that's fantastic. Um, so something like 70 knot torpedoes, 12 kilometers of range. Um, really just a a solid performer in an age where you've got battleships that are wanting to play very passively. Now, this game, you know, I could make F3 torpedoes still work with this ship. F3s are not dead. I would just have to be a little more cautious about torping around radar and that kind of thing. But particularly in ranked, where you're dealing with small teams, and you're not going to have multiple radars. The meta so far seems to be fairly battleship heavy. Um, F3s are a delight. Now here I'm just patterning this battleship. I know he's going to be trying to make this turn because he needs to step on CCAP. So I'm just being patient. I'm getting the optimum torpedo angle. I'm inside 7 kilometers, so I'm super close to this guy. This guy doesn't have a lot of time before those fish hit the water and get in his face. And I go on ahead. I pop torpedo reload booster because I want the guarantee. I want to make sure this guy's not gonna get away. Um, Taking a look right now, seeing where he's going. And if you see what I did, I turned out, and I'm turning out right now to maintain perfect torpedo positioning on this guy. He needs to get into CCAP, and by me turning back around the way I did, I'm basically going to get another textbook crack at that battleship if for some reason those torpedoes missed. Now, this turnaround, I should have just stuck turning back around and coming in. I wasn't really sure where the Jean Bart was, so just being abundantly careful, turning back around. We've got the points, we've got the caps, it doesn't really matter. And low HP Jean Bart, um, it's 930 points left on the clock. They've got, 600 points. Even if I die here, he's he's not gonna be able to win this game. So I'm gonna go on ahead and just try to gun this guy down. Just using a little bit of speed juking there to throw a couple of his shots off. And just in time for my torpedoes to arrive. So, playing this game more and more, I do feel that the torpedo boats got a little bit stronger, and the gunboats, I think they got a little bit weaker with with this captain's rework. Um, I think in the long term, I think that's a good adjustment between the destroyers, but I'm still on the fence as to how hard the gunboats got hit. Um, I still have some really odd fire chances when it comes to playing actual gunboats. particularly the Russian gunboats for some reason. I just maybe it's just limited amount of games, but I've had some really terrible fire chance going on with those DDs compared to my Orkin game in particular was insane with the fire chance. But anyway, before I ramble on, gonna go on ahead cut this one off. Hope you guys are having a good night, and I will talk to you later.